ProplanX.
Stakeholders. Stakeholders are people and organizations who are involved in the project or who are impacted by the project either positively or negatively as a result of project execution or completion. An example of a positive stakeholder would be the customer, since they benefit from the project. A negative stakeholder could be an employee whose job would be replaced by automation. It is critical that stakeholders are identified early and as often as required. Here is an example list of stakeholders, which includes the agile manager or the coach, senior manager, developers, testers, sponsors, users, vendors, and others. The stakeholder diagram is just one representation. It most likely will be different in your own case. Managing stakeholders is one of the keys in agile projects, and we will discuss this in greater detail next. Stakeholder management. Stakeholder management is about understanding stakeholder interests, involvement, and potential impact on project success. This calls for an intensive communication and dialogue with all concerned. As someone managing an agile project, you must engage with both primary and secondary stakeholders and constantly monitor and redesign processes to better serve everyone. The typical skills required in stakeholder management include interpersonal and management skills. Examples of interpersonal skills include resolving conflict, building trust, active listening, overcoming resistance to change. Examples of management skills include presentation skills, negotiating, writing skills, and public speaking. Now, let us focus on how we manage stakeholder expectations. Manage stakeholder expectations. Stakeholder expectations should be managed effectively since each one's needs could differ. If you are in the role of managing a project, then it is your responsibility to find a solution that satisfies multiple stakeholders. Let's take an example. You are an agile manager working at Event Tech. Let us see what some of the stakeholder expectations look like. The client wants to get as much of the scope into the project for the given budget. Your manager expects you to complete the project as fast as possible to bring in new revenue. Your vendor is desperate to work with you on a large piece of the pie so as to make more profit. Your project team is excited to try out the new technology on this very project. The functional manager is requesting that you release right away one of the key team members loaned to you. The PMO is insisting that you follow the company processes and standards. The quality department has issued you a non-conformance report. And we can go on. Now it becomes apparently clear how you are expected to use multiple skills in managing the stakeholders to ensure a successful project. Stakeholder classification. It is important that stakeholders are managed appropriately and based on their interest in the project and the power they have. Take a look at the graph here, which plots power versus interest. Power is the authority they can exert over the project, while interest implies their concern. The most important quadrant of stakeholders, that needs to be managed closely is those that have high interest and also have high authority. The next most important quadrant of stakeholders that needs to be kept satisfied is those that have low interest but have high authority or power. Stakeholders in quadrant 3, that is those who have high interest but low power, needs to be kept informed. Finally, put in a minimum effort to monitor stakeholders low on interest and low on authority.